What are you doing, Barry? I mean, what are you actually doing? You think you can come to work dressed like that and expect it to be okay? I have standards to upkeep here, man. You can't just throw together a bunch of random One Piece stuff and expect to be as hip with the kids like I am here. Hey guys, check it out. Barry is cosplaying as Monkey D. Luffy if he was also a member of CP Just Zero, apparently. Luffy's an enemy of the world government, Barry. They would never accept him into their ranks. Damn it, get with it. You're up for review this month. I love you. I really like you, but you need to get with it, okay? Anyway, hey everybody, how you doing? Tekking here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the relationship between Wano Kuni and the world government. Now, oh, by the way, there's also the results of that scavenger hunt from the Laugh Tale video. If you want to hang out to the end of the video, I'll reveal the winner of the pencil of Owl's Garden, or whatever the hell I called it. Anyway, yeah, so the world government and Wano. Now, of course, we all know that Wano is an isolated nation. However, we find out in Act 2 that there is some kind of infrastructure set up for them to meet with the world government, in the case with the Just Zero. I was actually really surprised by that. I don't know if you were, but yeah, that scene with, there was the chapter where Orochi was actually revealed at the banquet, where he's like, I am Lord Orochi, and I love sitting in my banquet hall and drinking sake. You know, that right before that meeting, he had a rather serious interchange with Just Zero. Just Zero came to Wano, and they were hanging out there, and honestly, the discussion that they were having did not seem to be like, you know, like, oh, equal trade or whatever. You know, the relationship between the world government and Wano seemed to be more like Orochi asks for stuff and they just give it to him because they're scared of, maybe not Orochi, but of Wano itself and all the strong samurai, plus the fact that they got Kaido and the Beast Pirates backing them, you know. So Orochi was there like, the last time I asked for battleships, this time I will ask for Dr. Vegapunk. And one of the Just Zero members was like, hey, now hold on, that's asking for too much. And Orochi responds by just taking out a pistol and just right between one of their, now they have hockey and everything, and it didn't seem to really hurt them in any way, because, you know, there's only so much regular bullets can do to One Piece characters, especially if you know hockey. But it's like, damn, like, that's an Just Zero agent you just shot, Orochi. Holy crap. Orochi even goes on to say, like, the world government, the Gorosei, the Tenryubito, we do not fear them. This is my country of Wano. I can do whatever I want here because I'm Lord Orochi and I'm awesome and I don't care about you. Now you give me Dr. Vegapunk, or what? I don't know what the or what was, but yeah, it didn't seem to be kind of like, oh, you know, okay, the world government will give you stuff, Orochi, in exchange, you give us this. Hell, it might just be something as simple as just like, all right, you know, Orochi, if you promise to not invade our islands, or if you promise to, you know, not send Kaido out and do stuff, then we'll give you things in exchange. It seemed to be something like that more than just common trade. Orochi also brought up Doflamingo. He's like, now that Doflamingo's out of the picture, you know, you've come to, like, you know, mediate with me directly, you know, because it seemed like the Just Zero doesn't normally come to Wano, but yeah, there is some sort of structure for them to arrive undetected, unknown to the citizens and the rest of the world, and get in there and get into the palace and talk to the shogun himself, you know, which is pretty hard to get an audience with that guy, okay? Now, I don't think the world government's just gonna hand over Vegapunk. You know, there's a difference between, oh, okay, you want some battleships? Okay, we'll give you a few more battleships. There's a difference between that and sending the lead scientific officer, okay? Although, if Orochi did get his hands on Vegapunk, we might be able to get future cyborg samurai. That would be pretty cool, right? You know, you swap out the katanas for lightsabers, they got little scouters to measure power level. One Piece can go down that road. Why not, right? But no. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that today. Now, when it comes to the world government, I believe it's around 170 nations that are allied with it, as Spondum stated during Ennie's lobby, and that's like a rough estimate. I think he said like over 170 nations in the world are allied with the WG, and that, you know, protection allows them to send out the Marines to stop pirates. It's kind of a messed up system because the government is actually using pirates in order to encourage other islands to send them money. Sort of like, oh yeah, you know, it's the Great Pirate Era, you know, you got a lot of pirates sailing around, a lot of really messed up people doing messed up things, burning towns down, murdering people, kidnapping. That's pretty screwed up. Hey, if you send us some money, some heavenly tribute to the Tenryubito, we'll make sure the Marines protect your island. Sometimes. I mean, they got a lot of stuff to do, but sometimes. You know, imagine if that's how that worked here. It's like with the fire department, for instance. It's just like, oh no, that house is on fire. Dispatch the fire brigade. Oh wait, no, they didn't pay their firefighter tribute this month. All right, so just let it burn? Yep, just let it burn. Okay, cool. Go back to bed. So it is kind of messed up how the world government does that, right? So When it comes to nations that are not allied, though, seems to be broadly two different kinds of circumstances. The first circumstance is they just don't have enough money to pay the heavenly tribute. We don't know what the heavenly tribute entails, if it's all about money. Considering it's the Tenryubito we're talking about here, I would say it is probably mostly about money. They gotta pay a certain amount, like you have to pay, every country has to pay 200 million berries every month, and if you can't pay it, if you can't pay the cash, then you're out with the trash, essentially. As Arlong would say. That's a great quote from Arlong. It's going to be in his biography, his autobiography. He's writing it in prison right now. Where is Arlong? That is actually a question. We didn't see him in Impel Down. Hachi escaped the prison ship. That's how he got away. So I guess that just means Arlong is in some random prison in the East Blue that's not Impel Down. It's just some random prison for him. He had a bounty of 20 million. That was higher than Buggy's. He should definitely be in Impel Down right now. Maybe he was there the whole time and we just never saw him, okay? Well, anyway, no. That's one circumstance, okay? They don't have enough money. I was thinking maybe there might be other ways you could pay the heavenly tribute, like with crops or with other valuables that your country produces. Like, let's say there was a specific ore or a metal that could be mined only in this one nation, and the world government might be like, okay, in lieu of your tax, in lieu of actual money, you could just send us amount of this ore that we can use to make weapons, or, if it's valuable to us in any way, we'll make use of it in lieu of your tribute, okay? So that's one circumstance, though. However, most of the countries in that circumstance that cannot pay the heavenly tribute, that are too poor, would probably pay it if they had enough money, because they're really impoverished countries, and that just leads to the whole inequality of the world of One Piece, where it's like, yeah, if you don't have enough money to pay that tribute or to, please the celestial dragons, then the world government's not going to ally with you, and that means the Marines, who should be helping everybody equally, the Marines aren't going to come to your aid if pirates attack your island, so it's like you're at risk there. The other kind of country, though, is the country of, like, Wano, where they do have enough money or resources to pay the tribute, they choose not to. In the case with Wano, because it's so insulated, they got so many strong samurai, and of course they got, Kaido backing them, one of the Yonko, they don't need to worry about attacks from the other pirates. They don't have to concern themselves with the Marines protecting them or not, because they're strong enough on their own, and since one of the Yonko themselves is, supporting the country, no other random pirate crew would dare approach Wano. No random, like, I'm Turquoise Beard, what are we gonna do today, mateys? Well, we could attack Wano. Yes, Wano country, the land filled with a bunch of strong-ass samurai with armament hockey, and have the freaking 100 Beast Kaido backing them. You freaking moron! Alright, Admiral Stupid is currently off the boat. Now we sail to that other island that doesn't pay the heavenly tribute, that is just an impoverished nation that we can take as much as we can, because that's not, we don't have to worry about anybody attacking us in that situation, okay? There are other countries that aren't allied, but they're countries that are like Sky Islands, and I think that's a whole nother thing where I'm sure the world government is aware of Sky Island's existence. It's just, it would be too much of a trouble to, send the Marines up there, find a way up there, an easy way to and back, and to take over the sky, and, that's kind of their own little world, okay? Maybe after the world government has successfully crushed all the Yonko and all the other pirates in the world, and the world government rolls over the Blue Sea in entirety, and unites the world, then maybe they would concern themselves with extending their reach to the sky. But for right now, no. So those are the two situations. Islands that are too poor to pay the tribute, and islands that choose not to for reasons of themselves. In the situation with Wano, it's the isolated nature, okay. But the world government is still very much interested in Wano for a multitude of reasons. For one thing, it's the only place in the world where, not the only place it exists, but the one place where Sea Prism Stone can be mined. It all seems to come out of that country. I'm sure there's maybe other locations in the world where you can find some Sea Prism, maybe at the very bottom of the sea. It's kind of hard to get your hands on. The world government definitely has some reserves of it. In fact, that might have been one of the trade things they did. Like, hey, we'll send you a bunch of battleships, or we'll give you support from the world government, Orochi, if you can give us some Sea Prism. Because the world government and the Marines definitely need to have that stuff in order to fight against Devil Fruit users. Vegapunk apparently had enough of the stuff lying around, enough Sea Prism, to coat the bottom of battleships with. So they're not low on that substance, but the main place you get it is Wano. So that's probably opening government trade channels right there, even like illegal underground trades, because we know the government is corrupted, and we know they're doing stuff behind the scenes there. So that's probably probably one reason. Another reason why the world government would be interested in Wano is, well, not just the fact it's like one of the last isolated strong nations that exist, and that's got to hurt the Gorosei and Eames like ego a little bit. You'd figure it's like they're called the world government for a reason, guys. It's like we're going to be a government that's going to unite the entire world, or at least the world that can pay the tribute, right? They probably don't care that much about random impoverished nations. Like, oh yeah, that random country over there, they can't even afford to pay the tribute. It's just a bunch of people that live there. They're probably going to die off anyway. That doesn't really matter. But Wano is like this shining beacon where it's like, damn it, they have all that gold and they have all that sea prism and they have all these strong warriors. Man, it would be awesome if the world government could be allied with them. It'd be awesome if we could tell them what to do. Damn it! It's just, it pisses them off probably. That's like, that's the one place that they don't have access to and they don't have an ally with, okay? So yeah, that's another reason. The strong samurai themselves, you know, they would probably like to have for the Marines to, you know, like recruit some strong samurai in the Marines to fight against the rest of the Yonko, to fight against well, I guess the warlords right now. You know, that would be nice to have. The gold, the copious amounts of gold. Gold is always nice to have. So yeah, all those reasons and probably more. It's just like they want to, you know, work with Orochi there, but Orochi, I mean, he's an idiot, but he's kind of smart in this one instance. Orochi's kind of staring down the eye of Zero, and he's just like, I have everything that you want, and I mean, you guys do have some stuff that I want too, like battleships and Vegapunk and stuff, but honestly, I'm kind of the master of negotiations here. I kind of have all of the cards in my hand, right? Like, you guys could literally just screw off and never come back to my land again. Like, the world government could just leave Wano and never open negotiations with them again, and we would be fine. You know, we would be a self-sustaining land. I have Kaido here. I have these strong ninjas. I have these strong samurai. I don't need any assistance from the world government, but you guys, you Aegis Zero, and, you know, back when Doflamingo was around, you know, doing the underworld deals and everything, you need stuff from my land. You need the Sea Prism Stone for your ships and to make weapons and blah, blah, blah. I really don't care. I don't need the Marines to protect us here. Right, so Orochi is aware of that's the circumstances, and he's got pretty much all the cards on his side, so he's just like, yeah, give me Vegapunk. Give me whatever I ask of you, because if you don't, then I'm just going to cut you off, period. And I'll be fine, but you guys will have an issue with that. I mean, not having access to any Sea Prism Stone anymore? Yeah, that would probably be an issue for the Marines, wouldn't it? So yeah, Orochi, I mean, he's planned it there. Now, this of course is just leading to more of a boiling point, I'm sure, on the world government side, especially with, like, the higher-ups, like the Gorosei. You know, it might reach a point there where the Gorosei are just like, okay, you know what? It'd be nice to have Wano, it really would, to have them allied with us and do this, like, the diplomatic way, but that bastard Orochi is not budging. And we do need the resources there. Now, yeah, you do have Kaido backing him, but maybe we should think about doing an offensive. Maybe we should think about just attacking the damn island. And it would be a tough battle, but if we bring all the Marines, if we bring the admirals, if they rallied together, all the admirals, Kizaru, Fujitora, Green Bull, plus Sakazuki, plus the vice admirals, including Garp and everybody, if they got everybody together, plus a Marine fleet, they can't Buster Call Wano. They can't do that because they need the resources on the island, okay? They can't just destroy it. Okay? There's a little bit kind of a different mission than with Ohara, okay? It's not like, oh, Wano is, you know, rebelling against us. We need to destroy them. No, it's like, yeah, they are kind of pushing back against us, but we kind of need the crap on the island. So, and we don't want all the samurai to die, probably. We want them to work for us. That'd be cool. So, yeah, that's just the main reason they haven't done that yet is because of Kaido, and Kaido's a very strong deterrent. Now, let me throw out a hypothetical scenario your way. Let's run this up the flagpole and see who salutes this. Just if, there happened to be a third party involved here, you know, not the world government, not part of Wano, but a third party, like, let's say, a member of the supernovas that were to happen to land on Wano and get into some big epic battle with Kaido, you know, and they might actually manage to succeed in taking out a chunk of the Beast Pirates' forces, and might even manage to take down the Calamities, and hell, Maybe if they all work together, possibly with a splintered group of Wano itself. I mean, once again, this is all hypothetical here. But if they were to happen to all ally together and fight against Kaido and manage to defeat him, or at least leave him in a spot where he's vulnerable, maybe the world government and the Marines could then sweep in while Wano's defenses are down and damaged, and then they could manage to take over that land and retrieve all the Sea Prism Stone that they want. This is just hypothetical, but what do you think about that? Okay, so obviously that's what's happening right now. Now, Big Mom also throws a wrench in this work as well. I mean, it was already a problem with the, just one Yonko, but now you have two. Now, I could see that going one of two ways. I could either see, because the Marines were having that meeting with Sengoku, and Brand New was there. He was going over the whole thing about how if, Big Mom and Kaido ally, they're going to be the biggest threat to this world. Now, you can either see that as like, holy crap, we better not screw with Wano, because Big Mom and Kaido are getting together and they would kick our asses. Or you could see it as like, holy crap, this is like a world-ending event. We need to hurry up and throw everything we have at this in order to stop it as quickly as possible. We might not succeed, but it's sort of like an urgency thing here going on. It's just like, if we just let Big Mom and Kaido work together, we're done. The best chance we have might be to attack right now when their alliance is still new, and it might be kind of like easy for them to, disagree and, separate. I could see that either one of two ways there, right? The world government also has, now that we know they have the Aegis Zero on the inside, and the Marines have Sword on the inside. Now, it seems like Sword and the Aegis Zero, they don't communicate, because Sword, Drake was not aware that the Aegis Zero were supposed to be there. The way that Drake talked about it to Kobe was like, I saw the Aegis Zero wandering around, and Kobe's like, wait, what? They're there? That's insane. So it seems like, yeah, Sword is like a subdivision of the Marines, possibly under Garp and Sengoku, not particularly invested in the world government like in the Gorosei's best interest, okay? They're taking orders directly from Sengoku or Garp or both, okay? And they don't know what's going on with Aegis Zero. So yeah, the Marines definitely have a foot in Wano, and the Aegis Zero and the world government echelon have a foot in Wano. And then you have the Straw Hats and the Heart Pirates and the Scabbards all going up against Kaido and Big Mom. It's like Game of Thrones up in here. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, right? Then you have Blackbeard. Blackbeard has a mole on the inside of Wano, so he knows what's going on. Shanks might get involved in some point. If we got Blackbeard, Big Mom, and Kaido getting involved, why not? Bring on Shanks, right? So yeah, this could be a situation where the Marines, or maybe not the Marines, but the world government, because like I said, the Marines and the world government might be operating separately here, or at least Sword and the rest of the Marines will be operating separately here. Might be a situation where they're going to wait until after the end of this big epic battle. I used to throw out the theory that like after the end of the battle, that's when Blackbeard's going to appear and try to take Kaido's fruit, or Big Mom's fruit there, if it's present, if they're both beaten down at the same time. But it might not be Blackbeard that appears and tries to sweep in at the last minute. It might be very well the Marines, or Sword, or Aegis Zero, or the world government's ships. They arrive, and they're like, alright, we're taking over this operation, right? Freaking Lucci arrives on the island. He appears, and he's like, holy crap, Lucci's there now with the rest of the CP9 that are now CP Aegis Zero. We get to see Aegis Zero in its full scope, because up until now, we've only seen like a few people at once, like dotted around. We don't really know how many people are in the Aegis Zero altogether. I would assume, yeah, you got Spondum, Lucci, Kaku, Stussy, plus all the other members of CP9. I'm sure Khalifa and Kumadori and Jabra are all going to be members of Aegis Zero as well. Hattori, can't forget about Hattori, he's there too. Okay, you know what? This is a tangent, but okay, look at this image right here. This is actually an image from Burning Blood, the One Piece game. Look at this image. You got Hattori there with the adorable little tiny suit and tie, and he even has his own little top hat. All right. Two scenarios I want you to envision that are both hilarious, okay? The first scenario is Rob Lucci went into a tailor shop specifically to ask the tailor to make a cute little miniature version of the Aegis Zero uniform for his pet pigeon. That would be a funny scenario. Lucci walks in like, ding ding, oh, hello there, sir, what can I help you with today? He's like, I want you to make a suit and a tie and a top hat for my comrade Hattori here. Oh, that's so adorable. Are you dressing up for a Halloween party? He's a government agent, and if you don't get on this right now, I'm going to throw you in level 6 Impel Down. Okay, sir, I'll get on that. That's pretty funny. And second one, Lucci knitted it and, sewed it himself. Isn't that just... Imagine Lucci hanging out in his house on his day off. Just Hattori's there, and he's, like, taking measurements of a freaking bird and then stitching together a tiny little suit and then making a little top hat for the guy. Those are the only two possible scenarios. One of those had to happen. And I love it. All right, but anyway, yeah. Rob Lucci shows up. He's the leader of I Just Zero because he's Rob Lucci, and he's got the other members behind him. And then they all attack the island, and maybe they'll be the ones to take out Orochi. Probably not. It's probably gonna be Momo. If Orochi, I feel, kind of has to die at the end of this for how much of a bastard he's been and all the stuff he's done over the years, to Odin and everybody. So, yeah, if he's gonna die, it's gotta be at the hands of Momo or one of the Scabbards or Zoro or Komurasaki, Momo's sister, Hiyori, obviously, or, screw it, maybe Odin comes back from the dead and takes him out himself, but it's gotta be one of those guys. But, yeah, you can see that. Hell, honestly... Oda might be able to figure out a way to throw all of this together. Kaido and Big Mom get defeated, right? Not saying they're dead, it's just they're defeated. And it's like, okay, the Marines, the world government, and Blackbeard are all kind of watching the island at the same time, waiting for them to fall, and then they all show up at once. It's like that scene in like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly at the end of the movie where they're all like... They're all facing off each other. Blackbeard arrives like, say ha ha, I'm here to... Oh crap, I Just Zero's here. I Just Zero's like, oh crap, Sword's here. Oh crap, Blackbeard's here. And they're all like three-way deadlock over Kaido's body. Kaido's like, oh, what the hell? It's like, you shut up, you're not part of this. And it's like, oh crap. And that, honestly, that might give enough opportunity for the Straw Hats and Law and the Scabbards to all get away. And just be like, okay, well, they're doing this. Let's just sneak out the back door over here. Let's figure that out here. But yeah, I see one of those scenarios definitely happening. Like, I don't think it's going to be a situation where, okay, Kaido and Big Mom have been defeated. Now, nothing happens. Nothing happens. They're defeated. We kick them out of Wano. We throw Kaido in the ocean. Big Mom, we Operation Beached Whale Redux. And we're just have a nice banquet in the palace. Momo is the new shogun or the new emperor or whatever, and we call it a day. Sail away in happiness. I mean, maybe that might happen in the short term. That might happen like the day after Kaido's been defeated and Orochi's been dethroned. They have a big epic banquet. Then the Straw Hats sail away from Wano and the sun's on the sunny and everything's looking up. Everything's coming up greatness. And then like a week later, that's when the government and Sword and Blackbeard decide to make their move. But you'd figure like Blackbeard particularly, if Blackbeard really wanted to do something with Wano involving Kaido's defeat, like taking his fruit or taking Big Mom's fruit, he would have to strike while the iron was hot right then and there and do it immediately. Same, I mean, with the I Just Zero, that could wait a little bit, maybe wait until Wano's in this state of like, oh, they think they're in this false sense of security where everything's fine now, but they're still rebuilding, they're still in the middle of reconstruction. Boom, that's when the I Just Zero show up to take them down. It might be the I Just Zero and Sword that are at odds, and like Sword stops the I Just Zero there. Smoker and Tashigi could be a member of Sword. I think it fits for them because they're clearly good Marines, right? So yeah, this is insanity, but the world government is definitely keeping eyes on that country, especially after how much of a brat Orochi has been over the years, and he's like, okay, fine. They might even lie about it. They might even Trojan horse this. They might even say, oh yeah, Orochi, we've thought about it. We've debated with the Gorosei, and we'll give you Dr. Vegapunk. A few days later, a ship arrives from freaking Marineford. It's this government ship, and there's like a fake dummy of Vegapunk on there, like, hello everyone, I am Dr. Vegapunk. I am glad to be working in the land of Wano and being enslaved by Orochi from now on. And, they're looking in binoculars like, yep, he's there. I see Vegapunk right there on the ship. He's waving at us. Hey there, Vegapunk. And then the ship lands and it just opens up and like a bunch of Marines jump out in tactical gear. It's just like raid the island, take over the palace. That would be pretty funny if they did like a Trojan horse thing. Like, we're gonna give you Vegapunk. Yeah, but not really. Oh, man. But yeah, keep an eye out for the WG. They're not gonna let this just disappear. Like, okay, Orochi, we'll do whatever you say. Then they're planning something behind the scenes there, all right? Lucci is definitely going to be involved if they do make a move. All right, well, anyway, that's the video. Oh yeah, the scavenger hunt thing. If you wanted to know, all right. So the mission was, what's the one thing that's different in the background of my room? Okay, now I got a lot of suggestions. Most of them seem to have been the lights. Most of you called them Christmas lights. They're I don't know if orange is a Christmas color where you come from, but no, they're Halloween lights. But no, that's not the difference anyway. I've always had the lights back here. Sometimes I turn them on, sometimes I don't. That wasn't what I was referring to. Some people mentioned the red pillow, which the red pillow, sometimes you can see it back there, sometimes you can't. But trust me, I always have the red pillow behind the blue pillows, always. But the one difference was, I normally take off the white pillows. That's right. I sleep with 6 pillows in my bed. 6 pillows on my bed because I enjoy, comfort to the sextuple degree. I sleep with 6 pillows, okay? And I always take the back 2 off when I do videos. I don't know, just because I feel like it's too much back here. You know, you can see it's too much. Not really, but it's too much. But yeah, in that one particular video, I left all 6 pillows on. And the one person that I saw that actually mentioned the white pillows specifically, some of you were like, there's a white flag behind your bed or a white blanket behind your bed. But the one person that actually got it right, that said there's white pillows on your bed this time, was Casper C. Reverse Tekking tumble. Congratulations, Casper C. Today is the day you become great. You could have already been great. You might be the prime minister of whatever country you live in for all I know. But today you become even greater because you win the mighty pencil of Al's Garden. Now, I can't explain to you how you're going to receive the pencil because it's a carefully guarded secret. This has been handed down for the millenniums. And the way I got it is even a secret. But don't worry, you will receive it at some point. Yeah, or you could just go to your local stationery store and buy them because they come in like 30 packs. But they're very rare. So yeah, okay. Bye, everybody.